Sheila is a member of Centering Equity in the Sustainable Building Sector Leadership Team. Most recently, Sheila has served as a treasurer and past president NAACP, Fort Wayne and Allen County branch. Before becoming president, Sheila has served on many committees in leadership roles like the Environmental Justice Chair. We will also be hearing from the Apostle Dr. Frederick Ford, as well as with Dr. Presley. Sheila, thank you for coming.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm blessed and highly favored. And thank you all for joining us. I know it's snowing heavily in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as well as with the whole state. So we're hoping that you all are all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our event was scheduled for today, but due to the weather, we rescheduled it for Tuesday. And so what we have today is a short clip. We had an awesome program. Some of the things that we did here in Fort Wayne, we had a local artist from Fresh Laundry, Theophilus Smith, and he did an interpretation of Rosa Parks. It's the dress that she actually made that's hanging in the Historic Museum in Washington, D.C. So we were excited about that. Councilman Glenn Hines, who serves on the board of CityLink, he is the vice chair, gave us a little history. We had a third generation, Richard Thomas Jr. From CityLink. He's an employee there. They gave us a testimony. And then our local president of the local NAACP, Branch 3049, woo-hoo, Larry Giz, gave us some remarks. And then we had Chief Condra Ridley do an interpretation of Rosa Parks. And our mayor, Tom Henry, we also got a proclamation for Rosa Parks Day, and my pastor emceed the event, Raymond C. Dix. And so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to give you the therefore on our whereas that we received from our mayor, Tom Henry. Therefore, be it resolved that the Pilgrim Baptist Church Green Team and CityLink hereby support the call to observe the Day of Action on Public Transportation as a civil right on February the 4th of 2022. And be it further resolved that Pilgrim Baptist Church Green Team prioritize hiring of economically disadvantaged people, people of color, people from communities currently underserved by transit and or overexposed to vehicular and other forms of pollution, people with disabilities, workers displaced from pollution industries, formerly incarcerated people, and other marginalized populations for transit operation and construction jobs. Now, therefore, I, Thomas C. Henry, Mayor of the City of Fort Wayne, Indiana, do hereby proclaim February the 4th, 2022 as Transit Equity Day. Next, we'll hear from J.B. Presley, Dr. Presley, and followed by him will be Dr. Ford in a short video of the signing of our pledge. And so you will hear the APTA Racial Equity Pledge, and that's from the CEO of CityLink, John Metzinger. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will bring in Dr. Ford and Apostle Presley as well. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Certainly, I'm so glad to be here and to be a part and participate in this Transit Equity Day. I am one who rides the transit system every single day here in the Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I have an opportunity to talk to the patrons and to talk to the bus drivers and to relay to them, you know, how things are going, how people feel about what's taking place, so that they can go back and speak to their supervisors and the powers that be that have their hand and their pulse on the people and how the people are feeling about the transit. One of the things that I noticed when I first came to Indiana 10 years ago was that the first seat in every bus was dedicated to Rosa Parks. And that just enlightened my heart. And so we certainly celebrate her and for all that she had done in the bus boycott. And we just thank the Lord that we can participate in this, participate in the inequities, and try to make things better for the city of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll also want to ask this to Dr. Ford as well. Tell us a little bit about Fort Wayne in the context of Transit Equity Day.
Fort Wayne is approximately 111 square miles. And so it's a large, vast area. And the bus system does encompass quite a bit of it, but it doesn't go everywhere. And so we're trying to also get it to move and expand some of the various routes, as well as the time frames. It closes down early on Saturday and it doesn't run on Sunday at all. So these are just some of the things that we want to address. And we certainly want to address transit, bringing Amtrak through Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne being the second largest city in the state of Indiana. It needs to come through here. And so these are just some of the things we're working with Sheila Campbell on, and just trying to make a difference.
Absolutely. Dr. Pressey, I want to get to you as well. Tell us about the role of the church in transit equity and how imperative it is to have that institution in such a movement like this.
Well, I would say that the role of the church right now has been very sparse in terms of what Sheila Campbell has been able to bring to the table. So I think Trans Equity Day in Fort Wayne, Indiana is something relatively new, and we're in an educational, motivational phase of the importance of our transit system, here, in Fort Wayne. And because of the work that Sheila is doing in bringing us together, you asked Dr. Ford about Fort Wayne. One of the characteristics of Fort Wayne is that we are a city of leaders. There's leadership in this city that have been trained and developed over the years through a program called Leadership Fort Wayne, where many of the leaders have gone through and learned about the city. But when it comes to trans equity, it is something that most people really don't think about, because most people are driving cars every day. They drive past buses, but they never really see or feel the essential necessity of the transit system for many of our citizens in our communities.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, definitely. We're about to go to the video of CityLink announcing the proclamation for Transit Equity Day. And let's cue the video.
Amen. That's great. Fantastic. All right, this time we're going to have the APTA Racial Equity Pledge. We're going to bring John Metzinger, CEO of CityLink. John, welcome.
Good morning, John. Hi, everybody. So I joined CityLink in April of last year, and I'm very excited to be here today to make this commitment to racial equity on behalf of CityLink. But I want to recognize a couple of CityLink dignitaries before I begin. We're representing the board of directors of CityLink today. We have Shirley Sportree, who is our board chair. We have Glenn Hines, city councilman, and our vice chair. Mr. Nelson Coates, who is our board secretary. We have several other board members today, including Melissa Fisher and also Brenda Nickham, our newest board member. Thank you for attending today. I'd also like to recognize our partner in crime and operating CityLink is our ATU Local 682 unionized operators and mechanics. ATU President Steve Suspect is here today. Welcome, Steve. And then I'd like to recognize some of the staff as well, including Pam Sheever, Manager of Mobility and Customer Service, Ashley Pino, our Marketing Racial equity is a term that means the condition that would be achieved if one's racial identity no longer predicted in a statistical sense how one fares in life, in key outcomes in life, including education, health, and economic status. Today, CityLink will be making a pledge to stand beside all the members in this community and advocate for every staff member, writer, board member, and partner of CityLink. We will be considered a founding signatory of the American Public Transportation Association's racial equity commitment. And we are extremely grateful that our board of directors has unanimously approved and supported our decision to concentrate on racial equity as a key priority focus in our community. I'm proud to stand before you today as General Manager, CEO of CityLink, and pledge that as an organization, we will continually improve our diversity, equity, and inclusion practices to fulfill these core principles of the AFTA racial equity commitment. Excellent progress has already been made at CityLink. I'm pleased to report that of our 124 employees, 45% of our workforce are Black or African American. That's a point of pride for CityLink that we celebrate today. CityLink pledges to adhere to the timetables as outlined in AFTA's program, and will be providing the community a progress report annually on our progress. So at this time, it is my honor to sign the pledge. So we'll make this available so you can all have a look at it. But this is what the pledge looks like. And I'm sure we'll have it on our website as well so people can have a look. And if you like, I'll just go ahead and sign it today. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Absolutely.
There we go. Thank you all very much.
Drop something. Drop something.
Absolutely. We definitely thank our folks from Indiana for giving us and sharing with this proclamation. This is really, really wonderful. But yes, thank you to Sheila Carey Campbell, as well as with Dr. Ford and Dr. Pressey.